Hello, this is Impact. I'm Karin Giannone. Fewer people infected with the new Omicron variant die or require hospital treatment, according to health officials in South Africa. As cases jump sharply in the US, President Biden urges Americans to get their vaccines and boosters.
For unvaccinated, we are looking at a winter of severe illness and death for unvaccinated. For themselves, their families, and the hospitals they'll soon overwhelm.
We'll have the latest from our correspondent in Johannesburg, and we'll hear from a top public health scientist in Washington. Also on the programme.
3, 2, 1.
Pressure grows on Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson as his party loses one of its safest parliamentary seats for the first time in almost 200 years.
I hear what the voters are saying in North Shropshire, and in all humility, I've got to accept that verdict.
And North Korea marks 10 years since Kim Jong-un became supreme leader. But is he responsible for an unfolding economic disaster? That's all coming up here on Impact. The Omicron variant is on the move. Countries across the world are starting to see a dramatic rise in the number of the daily recorded cases of COVID-19. First to experience the dramatic surge in cases was South Africa, but the early data suggests fewer people have died or are requiring hospital treatment compared with previous waves of infection. Michelle Groom of the National Institute for Communicable Diseases told a news conference hospitalisations are not increasing at such a dramatic rate. She added, we're starting to see some increases, but relatively small increases in deaths. The UK's surge in COVID infections saw 88,000 new cases reported on Thursday. It comes as France prepares to introduce strict travel restrictions on visitors from Britain in the coming hours. France has also now approved the use of vaccines for all children aged 5 to 11. With healthcare systems across Europe now starting to come under strain, the President of the European Commission says vaccination is the key to fighting Omicron.
We know that our healthcare systems are overstretched right now, and this is partly linked to the large number of unvaccinated patients. So in conclusions, the answer can only be to increase vaccination, to include children above 5 years old, boosting and protective measures. That has to be the answer we give to this new variant.
Our South Africa correspondent Pumsa Filani has more on the situation there.
We know that this is a variant they've been tracking here in South Africa for the last 3 weeks.